Okay, Tonglen meditation is Tibet for giving and taking, or sending and receiving. And it's found in Tibetan Buddhism. It's an ancient meditation that focuses on compassion and connecting with it and developing it and learning how to use it in everyday life so that we may have compassion for all beings. We practice accepting the presence of suffering and use it to soften and open our hearts. We all experience the urge to avoid pain or to escape pain. And it's deeply ingrained into our survival skills, right? So if we are, and we're built pretty similar, right? We still have that fight or flight as we did when, if we were being chased out of our caves by a lion, that, or some type of an animal, we would want to have those avoiding painful experiences, so we would jump into fight or flight and our bodies would do what they need to do. So unfortunately, in the world that we live in now, with how plugged in we are with we have the world at our fingertips with literally our phones, and we experience stress or constant stress. So we don't typically take a break from stress. And so part of what this meditation does is it helps to break that cycle. So when you notice yourself in a stressful state, it does a few things at once. One, you are able to use this meditation to calm yourself down, bring yourself back to the present moment, to release any tension in the central nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, and also, or the sympathetic nervous system. And also, we're putting out good intentions. We're putting out good energy to the world. So it's a really great practice. And again, rather than avoiding or rejecting any feelings, any sensations of fear, pain, discomfort, whatever, we sit with it. We sit with it, we even breathe it in, we take it in, and we transmute it and put out peace, love, happiness, lightness, whatever it is that you want to put in at that time. And when we get into the habit of avoiding or aversions or not wanting to be comfortable, right? I want to avoid being uncomfortable. That's why when we're in that state of avoidance, then that's when a lot of discomfort does arise. Life is always going to have uncomfortable situations, right? We're not here to have a super easy ride. Like I always say, we didn't sign up to come here to go on the merry-go-round. We came here to go on the biggest, baddest roller coaster there is. So we are going to experience highs and lows. Life is just filled with separation. It's filled with loss. It's filled with illness, injustice, pandemic. We're always going to see these things in the world. And this is a way of, instead of reacting, we can use this practice to have acceptance and be in the present moment. Then move our bodies a little bit, and then we'll drop into, maybe we'll do like 5-10 minutes of Tonglen. Let's make our way to standing. All right, so let's start with feet are hip distance apart. Fingertips reach down towards the earth and shut down the eyes. There's a soft little micro bend in the knees. Maybe even pigeon toe the feet just a little bit. Eyes are closed, or if that doesn't give you stability, a stable feeling, then gaze down in front of you. And just start to allow the energy to pull down and root you into the earth. So allow yourself to feel grounded. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath. Draw those shoulders up, back, and down. So stand nice and tall. The crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Tailbone roots down. Feet root down through the earth. You can even visualize roots that grow up from the earth, wrapping around your ankles and giving this exchange of grounding and balance. Soft jaw, smooth forehead, chin is slightly tucked, chest is lifting, shoulders pull back. And then starting at the toes, mindfully make your way up, checking in with your whole body. So bringing your awareness first to your toes, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, grounding into the earth. Observe your ankles, first your right ankle, and then your left. Traveling up the legs, checking with the knees, the right knee, the left knee, soften those glutes. Traveling up the thighs, the backs of the thighs to the hips. Checking in with the right hip and the left hip. Traveling up to the belly and the small of the back. All the way up the spine to the center of the chest. To the shoulders, all the way down the arms, the fingertips. Bringing your awareness to your throat, swallowing gently to relax the throat. The jaw, the skull, the teeth, the tip of the nose, the ears, the right ear and the left ear, the space between the eyebrows, the eyes, the forehead, and the crown of the head. Bringing your awareness to your whole body, this physical vehicle that is driving you through this human experience. What a courageous act that is in itself. Shift that awareness inside. Observe how you're feeling on an emotional and a mental and a spiritual level. Maybe you're feeling energized, maybe you're feeling drained. Notice where any of your own blocks are coming up. Where do you feel blocked? Maybe you feel a creative block. Maybe you feel an energetic block. Maybe you feel an emotional block. Maybe there's no blocks. Maybe you have no idea what's blocked. Whatever you're experiencing is perfect. It's all just information. Soften those knees, soften those glutes, stand nice and tall. And start to lengthen each inhale and really push out mindfully each exhale. Inhaling through the nose, pushing the belly out, filling up the lungs, letting the chest rise up, holding the breath up at the top, and then releasing. Maybe through an open mouth, maybe you use that ujjayi breathing, that audible breath at the back of the throat. Maybe you make a sound. So maybe it feels really good to like, right? It's better out than in. So if you're had a frustrating day, then don't be shy to let it out. And we'll take 3 nice, long, deep cleansing inhales and releasing exhales before we dive into some movement. So take whatever it is that you need. Last one. Filling up the lungs, holding the breath, and releasing however and whenever you feel. Good. Gently open up the eyes. Inhale those arms up. Step the feet together. Steeple those fingers up overhead. The insides of the elbows draw close to the ears, but the shoulders draw down along the spine. Inhale to lift. As you exhale, push the hips over towards the right. Take a nice side bend over to the left. And really push all that breath out. Inhale back to center. Fill up those lungs and exhale. When you're ready, push those hips to the left. Take a nice side bend to the right. Keep those elbows nice and squared to the ears. Good. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, flowing to that nice side bend, that crescent moon. Inhale back to center. Exhale, crescent moon. One more time, each side. Really push those hips forward. Inhale to center. Fill up those lungs and exhale, hips to the right, side bend to the left with the arms. Really keep those fingers steepled. Left thumb is over the right thumb, so coming into Venus lock. Inhale back to center. Last one. Side bend, pushing the hips to the left. Arms come to the right. Good. Inhale to center. And then step out to your 5-pointed star. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. The toes point out in front of you. Fill up those lungs. As you exhale, turn the feet out and come into goddess pose. So those elbows come in. Get nice and low. If you want to come up onto your toes, that's another option. Maybe start to move from side to side. Get a little bit of movement here. Good. Inhale, come back to 5-pointed star. Inhale, lift with the chest. Maybe get a slight little back bend here. As you exhale, come into triangle on the right side. So those left toes are pointed out in front of you. Right toes turn to the right. The back of the hand comes to the ankle, to the knee, wherever, so that the shoulders are stacked. Inhale here. As you exhale, turn into that runner's lunge. So we rise up onto those left toes. Then right knee is stacked right over the right ankle. And then lift those arms up. Spiral those pinkies in. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale here. And release. Inhale. As you exhale, make your way into that surfer's lunge. So we come onto the right toes. We sit on the right heel. Left toes point up. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, go ahead and transition over to the other side. So now the right toes point up. We're seated on the left heel. Inhale here. As you exhale, transition to that runner's lunge on the left. Rise up onto those right toes. The left knee stacks over the left ankle. Arms reach up. Spiral the pinkies in. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Fill up. Release the breath. Inhale. Maybe get a slight little back bend here. Oh, it feels so good. As you exhale, transition right into that triangle pose on the left. Gaze is up at the thumb. Inhale, pull up to that 5-pointed star. Lift with the chest, lift with the gaze. Exhale, come into that goddess pose. Take a little bit of movement. Little bit of movement here. Solar plexus loves that movement. You can even draw a figure 8 with the hips. We do this in the chakra class. Keep those fingertips spread nice and wide though. Good. Inhale, 5-pointed star. As you exhale, step the feet together. Steeple those fingers up overhead. Push the hips to the right, side bend to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale, side bend to the other side. Good. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, step to that 5-pointed star. Inhale, lift with your chest, lift the gaze, fill up those lungs. Collect all that moon energy, all that goodness. Exhale, bring that all into your being. Bring that all into your divine feminine essence. Come right into that goddess pose. Maybe have a little bit of movement here. That feels good. get the shoulders involved. Good. Inhale, 5-pointed star. As you exhale, flow right into that triangle on the left. We do everything backwards. Inhale here. As you exhale, come right into that runner's lunge. Left side, arms come up. So we're going to flow a little bit quicker now. Inhale, slight back bend. Spiral those pinkies in. Feel that nice stretch in the adductors. That feel, or the hip flexors. That feels so good. Inhale, maybe a slight little back bend. As you exhale, come into that surfer's lunge. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, transition to the other side. Surfer's lunge on the right. Left toes point up. Shoulders are open. Chest is lifting. There's no tension in the jaw. Inhale here. As you exhale, runner's lunge. Get yourself nice and situated. Inhale, lift the arms up, lift the chest, slight back bend here. Gaze is up, pinky spiral in, shoulders draw down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, fill up. As you exhale, flow right into that triangle pose on the right. However you get there, flow there whatever way feels good for you. Inhale, come back to 5-pointed star. Fill up, lift with the chest, lift the gaze, collect all those moonbeams, those moon rays. Inhale, bring it all into your center. And let's flow between those two before we do the whole thing on the other side. So inhale to come to that 5-pointed star. Really lift, open up your chest, pull those shoulder blades back to meet. Like imagine a white divine light that just comes down through the center of your chest from the heavens. As you exhale, bring it all in. It's like we're driving it down through our lower chakra. So we're receiving through the upper chakras, through the heart, the third eye, the crown, and we're exhale, we're bringing it all in. Good, 2 more on your own. Last one. As you exhale, hold this one, push all the breath out, suspend the breath out at the bottom. Good. Inhale back to 5-pointed star. Exhale, step those feet together, steeple the fingers up overhead. Left thumb comes over the right. As you exhale, push the hips to the right, side bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend, push those hips over to the left, take a side bend to the right. Good, 1 more time. Inhale to center. Exhale, step up to that 5-pointed star. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift the gaze, slight back bend. Exhale, bring everything into goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. As you exhale, drop to triangle on the right. Release all that breath. Inhale to come into that runner's lunge on the left. Lift the arms up, fill up your lungs. And release. Inhale. As you exhale, float the arms down, come to that surfer's lunge. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, transition to the left. Ooh, that was a nice knee pop. Inhale here. As you exhale, make your way to that runner's lunge on the left. Get nice and strong and sturdy. And then inhale to lift. Rise up. Fill up those lungs. And release. Fill up again. This time, as you exhale, transition to triangle on the left. Good. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Step the feet together, steeple those fingers up overhead, take a side bend, push the hips over towards the right, bending the upper body to the left. Inhale back to center. Side bend on the other side. Pushing the hips to the left, upper body to the right. Good. Coming back to center, slide those hands through heart center, coming into prayer. Step those feet out about hip distance apart. Shoulders draw back. A little pressure in the palms here. Gaze is down at the middle fingers. Slow down that breath. In through the nose. Out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Let everything settle. Good. Release the hands. Inhale the arms up. Slight back bend. As you exhale, swan dive. Come into a forward fold. Legs are straight. Grab onto opposite elbows. And just sway from side to side here. Releasing the low back. Maybe shaking out the head, yes and no. So whatever lingering thoughts, anxieties, creative restlessness, whatever that is, just pours out through the crown of your head. Good. And then we're going to release the arms and take a bend in the knees. Slide those hands right underneath the feet so that the toes come right up to the wrist. Good. Then you're going to straighten the legs, drop the chin to the chest, get a little lift on those shoulders. No tension in the jaw. Breathing here, coming into gorilla pose. If you work on a computer, this is so nice for the wrists. Good. One more breath. And exhale. Release the hands. Make your way down to seated. Come to whatever, prop yourself up so that you're nice and comfy. If you want to sit in a chair, if you want to get comfy, the hands can come down onto the knees. Shut down your eyes. Sit with a nice tall spine. So maybe it feels good to roll the shoulders here in the neck. Before we start this, just roll the shoulders forward a couple of times, maybe back. Maybe we inhale up, exhale down. So whatever feels good for you. If you're inhaling up and exhaling down, you can visualize any energetic weight of the world that you've been carrying around today, this weekend, this week, this lifetime, the last 500 lifetimes. Maybe it's yours, maybe it's not. Just imagine whatever that weight of the world just really dropping. You can even visualize it as like bricks that start to, with each drop, just crumble and fall away from you. Good. And a couple of shoulder rolls. Open everything up. Loosen up that neck. Good. And then when you're ready, sit nice and tall. The crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling and opens up. The tailbone roots down through the earth. We pull the shoulder blades back. Tuck the chin slightly. Lift with the chest. And the belly button goes to the spine. So we're sitting in this nice, strong, perfect for our body, whatever that looks like for your body pose. There's no tension in the fingertips. The jaw is soft. Let everything settle. And then bring to mind the essence of expansion. So this can be the ocean, it can be the sky. Something that's never ending. And today we will send light and peace to a very hurt and suffering world. We want our inhale and exhale to be equal in length. So as you inhale, you can visualize yourself drawing in darkness. And as you exhale, sending out light. Inhaling any distress. And exhaling out peace. Inhaling in darkness. And exhaling out light to all beings. Inhale, pitch like darkness. Exhale out bright moonbeams to all beings and all walks of life. And keep this intention up. Inhaling darkness, exhaling lightness. Inhaling suffering, exhaling peace to all beings. As you do this practice, the darkness is transformed by your positive intention and the natural goodness of your heart. Inhaling pain and suffering for all beings. And exhaling and sending out peace, comfort, and ease to all beings. Notice if you can soften those shoulders. Inhaling in fear. Exhaling out true happiness. Inhaling in the ego. Exhaling out the divine. Last few moments here. Visualize whatever words, whatever visualizations. If you inhaled light, inhale dark, exhale light. The last few moments and send it out to, so we take it in for all beings, the darkness for all beings, taking in all suffering, and we exhale out all peace and lightness for all beings. Take a nice long deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Go ahead and make your way into your Shavasana just for a quick Shavasana. So laying down, maybe covering up with a blanket or a pillow. Knowing that you have nothing to do and no place to be for the next few moments, but just let the effects of your practice and your meditation to settle in. And there's a piece that I wanted to share with you. You can tune me out if you'd like. No matter how things are going in your life, you can start right where you are with mercy, grace, and a new sort of self-care. The restlessness, the shakiness, the raw shattering, the grief, all valid responses to a sensitive, tender nervous system in a world where it's not always easy to have our center of gravity within a felt sense of safety. We cannot tend to a future moment. It's just not close enough, tactile enough, intimate enough. But we can surround and contain the achy life as it surges in a moment of here and now. For just 1 second, shift your awareness out of the claustrophobia and spinning of conditional thinking and into the soles of your feet as they make contact with the earth. Root there into the mud and into the womb. It's not so safe in those old patterns of thinking, enactments of intergenerational trauma and trance. Allow your attention to come up out of the earth and infuse your belly, your heart, and your throat with compassion, holding, and breath. This is holy data. Renew your vow. I will not turn from myself and abandon my embodied vulnerability. No, not at this time. I will no longer pathologize my emotional experience, the somatic narrative, and the story of my nervous system. The lion's roar. Grief is not pathology. Heartbreak is not pathology. Sensitivity is not pathology. Not pathology, but path. 2 seconds, then rest. Then 3, more rest. As we send breath into the broken shards, into the lost pieces of soul, a new groove is laid down. New circuit is encoded, and we turn the light around as a new pathway appears. Ask the earth to hold you, to share her soothing water, shade, and safe haven, and to stay near as you open and receive. Find a friend, a therapist, a lover, the ocean, moon, star, or holy roaring lion to bear witness as you turn into the raw, alive, somatic world. The seen and unseen ones are always here to help us, to reveal the way home, to illuminate the pathways of darkness and of light, each containing a particle of the mystery, a strand of love seeking you as a tender vessel through which it can come alive. Take a nice long deep inhale and exhale. Start to bring some gentle movement into your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, rocking the head from side to side. Maybe take a full body stretch. Make your way onto your right side, coming into the fetal position. As always, we go from the depth of our practice, our corpse pose, to the fetal position as a symbol of a rebirth of ourselves and to set an intention. So take a moment to set an intention of courage, however that speaks, however that looks to you, to have courage as you enter into the rest of your day, your evening, your week, your month, your year, and your life. Courage to be vulnerable, courage to speak your truth, courage to connect with your higher self, courage to release the ego and the attachments that come with it, courage to embrace peace for all walks of life. Ready, make your way into a comfortable seated position with the eyes closed. Taking a moment to check in, observing physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your spiritual body. Noticing any shifts that you made, any space that you've created, any tension that you've released. Gathering the hands together at heart center, bowing the face slightly, giving yourselves gratitude for taking the time for you, gratitude for this experience, this human experience, this life experience, gratitude for the earth, for each other, for good food, fresh water. Wherever you can cultivate gratitude, maybe it's gratitude for warm clothes or gratitude for chocolate. Wherever you can cultivate gratitude in your life in this moment, amongst all the chaos. Take a moment to set an intention of courage that comes from your heart and goes out through your fingertips. Courage that goes out to the whole world for all walks of life to be at peace, to have courage to step onto whatever journey they're meant to be on, to lead with love, to have the courage to create this new world. And I wish you all peace and presence. The light in me sees and honors that big, beautiful, bright light in you. Namaste.